kind of hoping I'd have two hands to hold on to this. My name's Tracey Smith. I'm 41 years old. I'm mum to 3 gorgeous girls. I've run my own business and I'm a mad Hibby. I've been watching Hibs since I was 8 years old, coming along with my stepdad to the games. We were always walk-up supporters. I'm into my second season as a season ticket holder with my 2 younger girls. My first season was pretty special because I was able to contribute to the club through my business. I had my board up in the West Stand and also sponsored the Dundee United League Cup game. So they were really kind of proud, special moments for me as a fan. Prior to getting my season ticket, I volunteered for a year with the Multicultural Family Base, coming to the matches with the kids, talking to them about the game, football in general. Really helps to have 2 hands. And basically just kind of helping them feel part of the match day experience, but also the larger community. I've also been a panel member on the children's panel in West Lothian, which was a really tough role, but a very rewarding one. As I said, I do run my own business. I've worked for myself for the last 5 years. I run a virtual assistant business, which basically I work remotely for businesses, individuals all over the world, offering PA, administration and event management services. I also have bookkeeping experience as well, so I do bring a kind of varied skill set to the club also. For me, Hibs is much more than just coming to the match and watching the game. For me, it's the social element, the friendships that we make, the relationships that we build, the whole match day experience. And it's also given me my relationship with my stepdad. Unfortunately, we lost him last January. He had vascular dementia. And as everybody knows, it's such a deteriorating illness, but we had Hibs to talk about. And he still remembered things about Hibs. So for us, we still were able to have that relationship. And without that, I probably would have lost him long before January. So for me, Hibs is really special. In terms of what I can kind of bring to the role to the supporters, I currently attend the Working Together meetings and I have done for the past 2 years. I take the minutes at the bi-monthly meetings. I'm part of the coordination group and I'm also part of the group which is looking at the atmosphere in the stadium, which Amma is leading at the moment. So we're looking at all different areas, the singing section, ways in which we can build up an atmosphere, even days that we can, kind of themed days that we can have at matches. Obviously with the Working Together group, I've also been an admin on Hibs Fans News. I've built up good relationships within the club, and as Bruce said, not everything's directed at the board and it will be about going to the relevant person within the club. So because I've built up some good relationships within the club, that'll make it a lot easier to communicate and obviously get some answers. The big bear bug seems to be communication, being on all the forums, and it's more the communication that's fed back to the fans. I'd be looking at obviously speaking to the admins of the likes of .net, Hibs Bounce, obviously the big Facebook groups, Twitter groups, and just really asking them, how do you want things communicated back to you? Everyone's got their own ideas, what they want communicated back to them, how they want it communicated back to them, so it's best to get it right from the start and communicate in the way in which you want to be communicated. I've been looking at an app on which we can obviously track issues, or as I like to call them, challenges, that we have to feed back to the club, so that that I've spoken to someone at the club, or if it's got to go back to the board, have we got an answer? Have I got to follow it up? And it's a good way then to invite people on to actually then see that things are actually getting followed up. I know not everybody's internet friendly, they don't really like it, so it's back to the old face-to-face, being at matches, being seen at matches. I sit in the famous 5 lower with my 2 younger girls, and I intend to remain sitting there. I don't want this to affect them, because for me the children are the future of the club, and I want them to still enjoy coming to the matches, and I want them to be proud to be a Hibby just like I am. For me, this role brings so much responsibility, because basically we're your voice, so you have to use us to get your issues and your feedback back to the club. It's nice having a seat on the board, but at the end of the day, I'm a supporter just like you.
Do we have any questions?
Tracey, in the build the fan base and working together, we were talking about, you know, the starting point, you know, when supporters first become supporters. So I've just, you've not probably had a chance to think about it, but I mean, you sit in Famous Five with your daughters. Do you think there's, what's your feeling? Do you think people are there for life? Do you think maybe something coming, some go? Or have you got any ideas?
Yeah, I mean, for example, my neighbour lives right across the road from me. He's born and bred in Leith. He actually took me to my first Hibs Hearts match because my stepdad wouldn't take me to the big matches. And he sits in the Famous Five floor with his nephews, his great nephews. And there's a lot of that. There's a family that sit in front of us, all different generations. So yeah, I do think there are some people that are still there, and they've kind of brought their families through.
Right.
And it's nice to see. Hi there.
My name's John. What would be the first 3 things that you'd like to see changed about the club? In this role, you'd have the opportunity to bring about change. What would you focus on?
What, in the club in general, or just to do with the fans?
To do with the club, yeah.
Personally, I don't have any kind of gripes. Obviously, I do think sometimes that, you know, for instance, the ticket pricing for children, I know if my kids didn't have the £25 season ticket, which is great, you know, it becomes an expensive day out for families, because then you've got the kiosks, so I tend to take them to behind the goals, feed them up there, then it's just a few wee things at the kiosk, because it does become expensive, and I don't know how people with 3 and 4 kids manage to come to matches, and I do think obviously that is a major thing for people. And sometimes there is this competition with fans where you don't go to every game, or you're not a season ticket holder, or I've supported Hibs longer than you, but sometimes people's circumstances just, you know, maybe they can't afford it, maybe they're working, etc. But I do think probably children's prices especially, that is something that's, if I didn't have the season tickets, then it would be a gripe for me, because it would be, you know, it's quite unaffordable. I know you said 3 things, but
That's fine.
I'm running you out of time now.
I know. Thank God.
Tracey, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.